built with leading-edge 7nm process technology. Big Navi is our first product powered by RDNA 2. We have made incredible progress on the architectural front. And now let me turn it over to AMD fellow Laura Smith to give you more details on the architecture.
Thank you, Lisa. Our graphics architecture roadmap has a clear goal: gaming leadership across the ecosystem. The GCN was a great architecture, but we knew we needed to rethink graphics and build the best engine for the future. We wanted to build a set of technologies that game developers could use across all platforms. The first major step was RDNA, introduced last year. RDNA was a new architecture and used a 7nm process node, which helped us with the large initial gains. We committed to you that our engineers had plans in the works for RDNA 2, and we would be back quickly with another significant improvement. By combining our expertise in CPU design, deep gaming history, and broad ecosystem partnerships, RDNA 2 is built to be the gaming architecture for all gamers across console, PC, and beyond. We had some very ambitious goals with RDNA 2. Significantly higher performance, 50% improvement in performance per watt, and new hardware features. Individually, each of these goals is challenging. When combined, they become extremely difficult because as you push performance, a natural more power. New features also mean more computation, further challenging both speed and power metrics. For RDNA 2, we made significant gains in all these areas. The compute unit is the core of the architecture. We advanced all aspects of the compute unit design, leveraging techniques first developed in CPUs. We deployed pervasive fine-grained clock gating, reimagined the pipeline to aggressively maximize performance while minimizing data movement. In combination, these elements made the compute units 30% more energy efficient, allowing them to be pushed faster. Gaming at 4K requires more data to be brought into the chip. The amount of data more than doubles as we move from 1440p to 4K. The more efficient the memory subsystem is, the higher fidelity the images are, and the more you can push the frame rates. We took a new approach to solving this technical challenge for gaming and deployed a graphics-optimized, high-density, high-speed cache based on the Zen L3 cache. We call this the Infinity Cache. The Infinity Cache minimizes DRAM bottlenecks, latencies, and power consumption. Our specialized Infinity Cache, combined with a 256-bit G6 interface, delivers more than twice the effective bandwidth of a traditional 384-bit G6 solution and at lower power consumption. High frequency is important for gaming performance. RDNA 2 is built with custom libraries and high-speed design flows, maximizing frequency in 7nm. With RDNA 2, our silicon design and architectural improvements, we are able to deliver 30% faster frequencies in the same 7nm process node. Pulling all this together, the RDNA 2 architecture beats our aggressive performance per watt goal, achieving 54%. With RDNA 2, we also focused on bringing new hardware features into the architecture. We partnered closely with Microsoft on DirectX 12 Ultimate features, including DirectX ray tracing, variable rate shading, mesh shaders, and sampler feedback. RDNA 2 will also support Microsoft Direct Storage API. We're excited about this new API that will enhance the gaming experience by significantly reducing game asset load times from large SSDs. We compared the performance of RDNA 2 to our prior generation. And when we put it all together, on average, RDNA 2 delivers double the performance and with great power efficiency. We are so proud of what we've accomplished with RDNA 2, and we are not stopping. The team is executing to plan, RDNA 2 is here, and the RDNA 3 team is well into execution. Let me welcome Scott Herkelman to show RDNA 2 and our new RX 6000 series products.
Itu adalah ini apa? Time map-nya untuk Radeon ke depan.
Hello to all of the gamers tuning in, and welcome to our Radeon RX 6000 series product reveal. As a hardcore League of Legends and Borderlands 3 player and playing these games on our RX 6000 series over the past few weeks, I'm so excited and proud to be here with you today. Allow me to introduce you to our brand new AMD Radeon RX 6800 XT graphics card. The 6800 XT is purposefully designed to play all of your favorite AAA games at 4K and below resolutions, and at the highest quality settings available. It comes with 72 compute units and runs with a game clock of over 2 gigahertz. This card features a 2.25 gigahertz boost clock that pushes some of the highest frequencies we've ever achieved. All thanks to the incredible work done by our engineering team on the RDNA2 architecture. The 6800 XT will also feature 128 megabytes of Infinity Cache that is power efficient while driving the bandwidth needed for high-resolution gaming. Paired with 16 gigabytes of blazing fast GDDR6 memory, you'll be ready for the most demanding high-resolution games that you want to play. And we've delivered all of this incredible performance with a total board power of just 300 watts. As you can see, the 6800 XT not only delivers on 4K 60 frames per second, but in most cases, it overperforms. We've been maxing out all the settings in games like Battlefield 5, Borderlands 3, and Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and the performance has just been awesome to experience. Let's take a look at how the 6800 XT competes head-to-head against the latest offering from the competition. Here, we compare their best API scores to our best.
Sama RTX 3080, okay. Dan mereka menawarkan
the 6800 XT trades blows and has some significant wins across a variety of titles. And it does all of this at less power consumption than the competition. For the 1440p gamers out there, we have some great results for you too. Over the last several years, more and more gamers have adopted 1440p monitors as their display of choice. Here are the same games we showed you before, running the same best versus best API scenario at 1440p resolution. I personally love seeing so many games running at over 100 frames per second with all of the settings maxed out. This is just an incredible amount of performance. All in all, the 6800 XT is a fantastic choice for enthusiast gamers. We even have more performance we are delivering with 2 very cool features. The first is a one-click overclocking button we've built into our Radeon software package that we call Rage Mode. Now, Rage Mode automatically takes advantage of the overclocking headroom built into your GPU to give you every bit of performance it has to offer. And the second is made possible because of the fact that only AMD can deliver both high-performance processors and high-performance GPUs. We call this new feature AMD Smart Access Memory. AMD Smart Access Memory unlocks the greater amount of high-speed memory from the AMD Radeon RX 6000 series graphics cards to the AMD Ryzen 5000 series processors, and it delivers additional levels of performance in games. Simply pair these components with our 500 series chipset motherboards, enable the setting in the BIOS, and the performance uplift becomes automatic. When you combine AMD Smart Access Memory with the one-click overclocking of Rage Mode, you'll get a boost in performance in many of the games you love. We're seeing up to a 13% performance increase. And that's before game developers begin to optimize for this new capability. Now, we know a lot of you absolutely love frames per second performance just like us. However, we can also improve the game experience by reducing latency. The differences of milliseconds of latency in a competitive game can be the difference between a major win and a major loss. Last year, we pushed the industry to recognize there was a better way to provide competitive gamers with less latency from mouse click to the screen, giving competitive gamers who own the RX 5000 series a serious leg up on their competition. Today, we are pushing the boundaries again and further reducing latency in competitive games for even better results. Combining the latest implementation of Radeon anti-lag with the FreeSync monitor can reduce lag in your DX9 and in your DX11 games. In Fortnite, for example, gamers can realize up to 8 milliseconds of latency reduction by simply enabling this feature in Radeon software. More recently, we introduced Radeon Boost, a unique feature that's a step beyond anti-lag. For select games, Radeon Boost offers dynamic resolution in response to your mouse or controller inputs, leading to higher frame rates and, as a result, quicker responses to your input. Both Radeon Anti-Lag and Radeon Boost can be enabled via the Radeon software that comes with your graphics cards, and neither of them require a proprietary API or a game integration to provide latency-reducing benefits. As you can see, the combination of these technologies can contribute up to 37% latency reduction in highly competitive games like Fortnite running at 4K. Now, performance is king, but let's talk for a minute about how we are improving the visual experience as well. With full hardware support for DX12 Ultimate, the Radeon RX 6000 series is ready to enable ray tracing and variable rate shading in upcoming titles. We've also expanded our library of Fidelity FX features to work hand in hand with ray tracing, compute, and shader effects to enable the higher level of visual fidelity while ensuring high frame rates. For DX12 Ultimate, we've added an optimized denoiser for ray tracing effects and a variable rate shading algorithm that can adapt image quality based upon luminance and motion. We've also added a suite of compute-based effects to be used alongside ray tracing, like optimized screen space reflections and an optimized ambient occlusion. We're always looking to help developers with new initiatives and are already working on a super resolution feature to give gamers an option for more performance when using ray tracing. As of today, our AMD Fidelity FX supported games list has grown to 35 titles using a variety of our features. So let's take a look at some of these new features in an upcoming game with never before seen footage from Counterplay Studios and their fantastic game, AMD. Godfall. Godfall is a brand new third-person perspective, next-generation looter slasher that challenges gamers to engage in high-impact melee combat as they hunt for loot, equip legendary armor, and defeat vicious enemies. Leveraging the latest DirectX 12 Ultimate API, Godfall features DirectX ray tracing, variable rate shading, and supports Fidelity FX casts to deliver incredible levels of stunning fidelity. I personally can't wait to play this game, and I think it looks absolutely fantastic. Now, let's hear from a few more of our game developer partners about the work they've done with us on RDNA 2 and what you can expect in their games coming soon.
Far Cry 6, bro.
I'm here to talk about Far Cry 6 and some of the new technologies we've been collaborating with AMD on to make our game the most immersive and beautiful Far Cry ever. We've been working together to take full advantage of the new Radeon RX 6000 series and RDNA 2 architecture for best possible experience. We've been very impressed by AMD's latest tech and joined forces to bring Fidelity FX casts, DXR ray tracing, and variable rate shading to Far Cry 6.
Rate shading.
We're using VRS Tier 2 to use a compute shader to generate a control texture which analyzes the luminance and gives us control at an 8x8 tile level as to what shader rate we're going to be using. This enables us to render much more quickly but keep the same quality level.
Tapi menarik sih, mungkin ini saingannya ray tracing mungkin. Tapi gue nggak tahu juga sih.
World of Warcraft is built on a custom engine using the DirectX 12 Ultimate API. Another great feature on the RX 6000 is DXR ray tracing.
Lebih dalam mungkin tentang hal
Here you can
ini.
see ray tracing evident in how the shadows are interacting with your character. What you're seeing involves incredibly complex computations on the RX 6000. This is a level of realism that hasn't been possible until recently.
Mungkin lebih ke ambient occlusion kali.
The RDNA 2 architecture and the Radeon 6000 series allowed us to introduce some of the latest DirectX 12 Ultimate technologies into our engine. Real-time ray-traced shadows allow us to introduce additional shadow casting lights into the scene that provide much more immersion and detail into the world.
Ya mungkin dengan fidelity
Over the
effects
next few
ini
weeks,
detailnya
developers
lebih
of these incredible games will show
lebih
never-before-seen
kelihatan.
gameplay with gorgeous graphics that use a combination of ray tracing and fidelity effects running on the Radeon
jadi
RX 6000 series graphics cards.
Oh gitu.
Be sure to
Jadi
check out AMD.com
tetap
starting
bisa
tomorrow
pakai ray
to see
tracing,
more.
cuman
I'm happy
fidelity
to
effects
announce
itu
that the Radeon
kayak
RX
add-on gitu loh.
6800 XT
Kayak
will
fitur
be
tambahan
available
dari
on
si
November 18th,
Radeon RX
starting at
6800 XT ini.
But we are not done yet. Today, we are
$650.
also announcing the Radeon RX 6800 with 60 compute
Yang XT
units,
itu
a
6,5 ya?
1.815 gigahertz game clock with a boost clock of over 2.1 gigahertz. It will feature the same
Untuk yang
128
ini,
megabytes of Infinity Cache and be
VRAM-nya
available
sama.
with 16 gigabytes of GDDR6 memory.
Oh beda di
With a
total board power
of
sama
just
compute unitsnya juga
250
turun. Tadi yang XT
The
itu ada
Radeon
di
RX
angka
6800 is a
72.
fantastic entry into 4K gaming.
Dan ini
delivering
head to
more
head dengan
performance than the
RTX
2080 Ti,
2080
which was launched
Ti.
at $999. The 6800 delivers over 60 frames per second in all of these games, giving you the confidence you need to step into the 4K gaming experience.
Ini 4K ya?
That same great performance
Ini gila sih,
extends
maksud gua.
to 1440p resolution, where the RX 6800
Udah nggak
tears
zaman ya
through the
gaming
latest
di
games,
1080.
delivering about 18% more performance than the 2080 Ti on
Minimal
average.
2K.
The Radeon RX 6800 will be available to gamers starting at a price of $579.
Yang RX 6800 biasa bisa dibeli dengan harga $580.
To wrap things up.
Ini baru dua line up sih yang disebutin. 6800 XT dan 6800 yang biasa. Harusnya ada yang lain.
Thanks, Scott and Laura. The AMD Radeon 6800 XT and 6800 deliver simply incredible 4K and 1440p gaming experiences.
Tapi kayaknya masih nggak bisa nyaingin 3090 ya atau 3080 Ti. Mereka masih top notch.
Frames per second when pairing Radeon 6000 GPUs with Ryzen 5000 series. Now, I saw online that some of you were wondering which big Navi product we previewed during our Ryzen 5000 launch earlier this month. For the record, that was the 6800 XT. But you know, we always save the best for last, and I always get the most fun jobs. So today, that means I have one more GPU to show you. We didn't stop with the Radeon RX 6800 XT. We knew that the RDNA 2 architecture could give gamers even more. I'm so excited to share with you for the very first time the AMD Radeon RX 6900 XT. Now isn't this
6900 XT? Oke.
And you'll see that it's actually relatively
harusnya ini head to head sama
3080
Ti ya atau 3090 malah.
Radeon GPU
Damn.
is built for the ultimate in 4K gaming performance. The 6900 XT combines
ternyata langsung dipatahin gitu argumen gua.
2.25 gigahertz boost clock to deliver even more performance at the highest settings. With 16 gigabytes of graphics memory, the 6900 XT is ready for the most
Baru gue
demanding
bilang
next-gen
top
games.
notch tadi 3080 ya. Harusnya sih ini head to headnya sama 3080 atau bahkan 3090.
Power of 300 watts. Now, Laura showed you that we achieved a 54% generational improvement in perf per watt with the 6800
Performance
XT.
per wattnya plus 65%.
With the 6900 XT,
Gila sih.
we improved things even more, hitting 65% more
Naik
performance per watt
65%
over
dari
first-gen RDNA.
pendahulunya.
I'm so proud of our engineers who worked incredibly hard to optimize every aspect of RDNA 2 to achieve this performance.
Gila sih.
Now let's see how all of this translates to gaming performance. Running at 4K with the highest settings, the 6900 XT looks absolutely fantastic. It's extremely competitive across the board, consistently delivering high frame rates in your favorite games.
Oh yeah,
Just take a look at the performance we see against the competition in Battlefield 5,
Apa kabar nih,
Call of
Faras
Duty,
Ataya?
and Gears of War 5. All of this is at lower power with a smaller card form factor. Now, let's talk about price and availability. The AMD Radeon RX 6900 XT will be available on December 8th, starting at $999. You asked for AMD to bring the highest graphics performance to the gaming market, and we're doing just that. I hope you now feel that with the Ryzen 5000 series and the Radeon 6000 series,
gitu dong.
AMD is your best choice for your next generation PC gaming platform. Whether you want a game with ultimate performance and
Berarti
AAA
mereka nggak
titles
ngeluarin
at
yang
4K resolution,
6700 gitu
or you're an
ya?
esports
6700,
fan who needs
6600
incredibly high frame rates and responsiveness,
Atau
across the
gimana?
board for every gamer at every price, AMD has the CPU and GPU combination for you. So I hope you're as excited as we are. We can't wait to get these products in your hands. So look for the
Desember,
Ryzen 5000
tanggal
series
8.
starting November 5th, the Radeon RX 6800 series starting November 18th, and the Radeon RX 6900 XT starting December 8th.
Ryzen 5000 itu tanggal 5, tanggal 18 ada RX 6000 yang 6800 itu. Yang terakhir ada Desember tanggal 8, itu buat 6900 XT.
AMD is delivering the best to the industry. We want to thank all of you for your passion and enthusiasm and for always pushing us to be the best.
Tanggal 8, tanggal 18, tanggal 5. Udah ya? Jadi kayak kesimpulannya untuk launching kali ini tuh mereka pengen ngasih tahu ke kompetitornya sih, kayak gue juga bisa loh bersaing dengan lo gitu. Tapi yang gue harapin sebenarnya mid range GPU ya, kayak 6700, 6600 atau 6500. Itu yang lebih ke mid end, soalnya kan nggak, ya gue pribadi sih yang butuh kayak gitu. Atau kalian juga ada yang pengen maksudnya masuk ke mid end, harganya nggak harus 600 ya kan. $600 tuh cukup tinggi ya harusnya. Apalagi yang 6900 itu benar-benar harusnya saingannya si 3080 Ti atau 3090 sih. Jadi ya kayak ini tuh nunjukin taring aja sih. Kemarin udah cukup menakjubkan ya performanya di lini prosesor. Sekarang mereka unjuk gigi di GPU atau yang bisa kalian kenal itu VGA ya. Ya jadi segitu aja kayak dari gua. Nanti kayaknya nggak ada lagi deh apa ya event selanjutnya. Tapi pokoknya stay tune aja di channel Flux Gear ya untuk